means two distinct quantities. For an example, when I take number of pencils, okay, number of pencils and the price, the amount of money we need to pay while buying those pencils. Price. One pencil is 10 rupees. So, how much we need to pay for two pencils? It would be double the amount of one pencil, 20. If there are three pencils, it would be 30 in price. Four pencils, 40. These are the relationship called as direct proportion in simple words. Two distinct quantities are said to be in direct proportion if they increase or decrease in the same ratio. So when you find the simplest ratio between pencils and prices, it is 10 is to, sorry, 1 is to 10. 1 is to 10. This is the simplest ratio between number of pencils and the amount we need to pay as price. The ratio does not change in any instance, but the amount, if the amount of pencil increase, one pencil is 10 rupees. So the number of pencil increased. So on the amount we need to pay, that one also should be increased. Both quantities are increasing. So from one pencil to three pencil, the amount we need to pay also, that will become the triple of the initial amount. One pencil to four pencil, the amount that will become fourth multiple of one pencil. These are called as direct proportion. If one quantity is increasing, another quantity also increase or decrease in the same ratio. This explanation about both increasing. When we think about decreasing instance, I will say number of kilograms of rice and the amount. For an example, I will take this. Here I will take 5 kilograms of rice, that is 500 rupees. 5 kilogram of rice, 500 rupees. That means from here 4 kilogram of rice. How can we find 4 kilogram of rice? 5 kilogram 500. So 4 kilogram it would be 400. 3 kilograms of rice it would be 300. A kilogram, sorry, 2 kilograms it would be 200. And finally 1 kilogram of rice, that is equals to 100 rupees. This is not such the example as previous. Here decrease. We know the initial ratio between them. The ratio between them 5 is to 500 means, in simplest way when you write that, it would be 1 is to 100. That is the simplest ratio between kilogram and the amount we need to pay. If you are going to buy, you should pay 500 rupees. When the amount of rice that is decreasing, the amount we need to pay, that one also will decrease. When we are buying 5 kilogram of rice, 500. So 4 kilogram of rice, the amount of rice decreased, so amount also decreased to 400. Then 3 kilograms amount, that is decreased again by 100 rupees. And one more thing, you should understand that if the quantity, the kilogram is decreased by 1, it does not mean the amount also should decrease by 1. If I found 5 kilogram to 4 kilogram, it does not meet 500 to 499. Here we are using the ratio, that is the keyword. 1 decreased in kilograms. So amount, its respective ratio quantity, ratio value, which is 100. So if one quantity is decreasing in kilogram measurement, 100 rupees should be decreased in amount. If 2 kilograms decreased, the amount that will be decreased by 200 rupees. If the amount of kilogram decreased by 3, amount of money we need to pay, that will decrease by 300. Okay, 300. The multiples are in the same ratio. This is called as direct proportion. There are two instances. One, both should increase in the same ratio, or both should decrease in the same ratio. This is called as direct proportion. So let's solve some inequalities. Sorry, directly proportional question with the proper method. There are two methods to find the answer for the question. I will explain both. 5 apples are 75 rupees. Yeah, I'll write the number of apples. If 5 apples are rupees 75 rupees, how can I find how much we need to pay for 4 apples? First, I will find for 1 apple. It would be 75 divided by 5. So 1 apple is 15 rupees. From that, you can obtain 4 apples are 15 times 4. It would be 60 rupees. This is the method we used in earlier grades to find from 5 apples to 4 apples. We cannot find them directly, no. That's why we are using from 5 to 1, then 1 to 4. But by using inequality, we can solve this easily. For that one, I will write the number of apples here, the amount of rupees I have to pay. Apples, if 5 apples is 75, next one, I have to find for 4 apples how much. I don't know how much I need to pay. So I will consider that amount as X. We don't know what is the amount we need to pay for 4 apples. I will consider this one as X. You should write them in fractions. You should indicate them in fractions. Number of apples one side, the amount of rupees you should pay in another side, and both should be equal. Both should be equal. And by making X as a subject in this expression, you can find the amount of X. Since these two are fraction, in between we are having an equation mark. This is called as cross multiplication. The dividend of the second fraction should be multiplied here. The dividend of the first fraction should be multiplied over here. We have to make X as a subject. For that, I will bring the X as a multiplication to next side, this 4 as a multiplication to next side, the opposite side. So 5 times X, it would be 5X. That's equals to 4 times 75, it is 300. If 5X is 300, X would be 300 divided by 5. That will give you 60 rupees. This is the amount of money you should pay while buying 4 apples. This is the method called as direct proportional method to solve the problems. This is the simplest method. You already know this, but this is the way you should follow hereafter. Write the quantities in both sides. Number of apples here, number of the amount of rupees here. Write them in fraction and equalize them. And you should bring the algebraic value to solve them to find the answer. This is the way you should find how much you should pay for 4 apples. So for the question, 10 kilograms of metal alloy, 1350. Here I will write the kilogram on right hand side, the dollar amount. Kilogram 10,350 and 6 kilogram, that's what we need to find. I will make it as Y. And you should write them in fraction, equalize them. So cross multiplication, 10y should be 6 times 1350, 8100. From that, when you solve for y, it would be $810. That would be the answer for the question.